Hello.
Phil, you have been in a number of things. You've been a part of a number of things. You do voiceovers in Batman,
Yes.
which I'm very happy to hear.
Uh-huh.
You've done work in Seinfeld. You've done it all.
Yes.
Of everything you have done, do you have an absolute favorite?
Oh, that's so tough. That's like the hardest question I ever get asked because I have a over 30-year career, and to pick one kind of diminishes the others in a way. But I have to say some of the genre work that I've done, like on Smallville, Star Trek, some of those episodes were seminal episodes for the series. I'm a big comic book kind of nerdy guy, so to actually act in those shows when I have a 20,000 comic book collection is awesome for me, you know. And then doing Seinfeld was terrific. I honestly was not a fan of the show. It wasn't that I wasn't a fan. I just wasn't a watcher of the show, which actually helped me when I went to do the show because I wasn't like enamored with working with them. And for an actor, that can be a little daunting to be a fan of the thing that you're working on as well. But with this, it was just like a great group of experienced actors and comedic talents that were there to raise each other's level. And you can't get better than that in the arts. So maybe Jackie Chiles on Seinfeld is maybe my high water mark, yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of the more popular roles for sure. That's what, I mean, I'm sure if you're walking down the street, people are like, hey,
Yeah,
that's
they
you.
do, especially when I have facial hair because I usually don't have it. And they're like, wait a minute, put on the glasses. That's Jackie. But yeah, it's a wonderful way to be known and recognized with one of the greatest television comedies of all time. How often do you get a chance to do that? So hopefully I'll get some more chance in my career, but you never know. So I'm really happy to have that.
And it's funny because that character is, I think it's safe to say he's pretty outspoken. He'll let you know what he's thinking, and he's to the point.
Yeah.
That's not really like your personality, though, is it?
It's not like my public persona, but it definitely is my private persona. I am unedited and totally as real as I can be, and as we like to say these days, keeping it 100, you know what I mean? So Jackie keeps it 100, I keep it 100, and he informs me a lot about when I'm not keeping it 100. I'm like, when I'm not there, I filter it through Jackie, and I find exactly where I'm supposed to be, you know, so it's really interesting.
Great.
He's my
I like
therapist.
that.
Is that weird? Jackie Chiles is my therapist.
That's all right, as long as it works for you.
It totally works.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about Smallville before we get on to what you're working on currently.
Yeah.
Smallville was filmed in Vancouver, which is actually where we're out of. Huge series. Going into it, do you have any thoughts in your head about, oh my goodness, what do they expect from me? This is so huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a comic book fan. Been a comic book fan since 1966. There was no one I needed to please and honor more than myself as a fan, because I'm rank and file. I'm one of the members. If it didn't pass the smell test for me, it's not going to pass the smell test for the audience. So going into the audition, having all of those thoughts in my head, I felt like I had a big leg up on the competition. I felt like my study of comic books and comic book art and heroes and all that for the years had given me a leg up on people. So that was what I had to honor most, was not just the character and the universe, but the fan base, because it is rabid, it is supportive, and it's unending. I mean, they will let you know about it if you hit a wrong note. So with that in mind, I wasn't intimidated, I was inspired.
And right now, comic books are huge. I mean, all the TV shows, all the movies that are coming out, they're all to do with comic books. Is there any chance we'll see you in Gotham or The Flash coming up?
I would hope so. You know, they would have to kind of cobble together a different character because John Jones, the character I played, lives in a different universe in Smallville. Flash and Green Arrow take place in different kind of universes. I have a project that I really would like to do, which is a spin-off of The Martian Manhunter, and do it like a film noir detective anthology would be fantastic, and roll in some other DC characters that we haven't seen, and, you know, and give me a gig. Hey, you know what I mean? It's always good. Yeah, I would love to play in that universe as often as possible. Again, I'm a fan of it.
I'm happy to hear that. That would be so great to see you on there, and I'll keep my fingers crossed. Are you able to talk about any projects you're currently working on?
Yeah, a couple of things. You know, I'm not doing a whole lot. I did a pilot last year for ABC, and hopefully I'll do another one this year for ABC. It's pilot season now, so I'm really kind of waiting for that. I do a show called Love That Girl on a network called TV One. We did 65 episodes. They're still running them. I was one of the producers, and I wrote an episode, so I'm super proud of that. I do a podcast called Living the Dream with Phil Morris. It's on iTunes, and it is all about human process, where we're trying to go, how we're trying to get there. Not where you are, not about the dream or success, but the path we take to living our dreams, which we all have a path and a journey. We may not all be going to the same place, but we're all struggling to get there. And when we hear about other people's struggles, it makes us not feel so alone. It makes us not feel so separated. And I think we really need that coming together right now. I think that's what's missing. We feel like we're so separated either by religion or culture or race or whatever. We're all one. We're just different colors of the rainbow. And when I talk to people who are struggling the same way I am, trying to succeed in ways that I'm trying to succeed, and other people hear that, they feel like, wow, that's kind of my story. Or, they're struggling with the same issues that I'm struggling with. And I think that informs us about who we are as a species. And I'm really, really proud of that. It just started, and it's just super cool. I really dig it.
It's inspiring, and it makes you want to move forward as yourself, but with these other people as well, right?
We're all together. Even if we feel separate and alone at times, we're one tribe. We're one tree. We're one root. Different branches, different leaves, different colors, different expressions, but we're one. And you hate on someone else, you're hating on yourself. You're negative against somebody else. You're just being negative to yourself, because we're all brothers and sisters when it comes down to it. So that's the thing I'm most excited about. And I work all the time. I do Baby Daddy for ABC Family. I play Taj Mowry's dad. I love Taj. I love the cast. They're so cool. Can't wait to go back. But I do all kinds of little stuff, which is fun.
And Taj has been in the industry since this high.
Yeah.
So working with an actor like that who's already experienced, you're going into a good situation, right?
He's so good. He's so professional. And between he and his sisters, I'd never worked with them. And they've been in the business forever. And so it was really cool to kind of be hooked up with him and to really see him up close and personal. He's a brilliant musician and singer. He's got a new album coming out. I just love the guy.
I'm so happy to hear that. I have one more question that I try to ask each of my guests. It's actually about your sock choice. I believe socks tell a lot about a person.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if you can tell me which socks you wore today.
I know exactly the socks I wore today. They are Puma brand athletic socks, little petties, because I'm this athletic guy. And usually I have my gear game's pretty tight usually, guys. Usually it's pretty tight. Today it's just kind of plain white peds, because I was walking around today, and I was at the golf tournament, I was at the golf tournament yesterday with my son, walking around all day. My feet are a little tight, a little sore.
You got to be comfy today.
I had to be comfortable so I can be fun and interesting.
That's understandable, and you have been. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.